Pharaoh had already seen the first plagues strike Egypt, but his heart was still hard. Even after all the warnings, he still refused to let God's people go. So the warning continued. God would send even greater signs, and all of Egypt would begin to feel the weight of Pharaoh's stubborn pride. Moses stood before Pharaoh again, not with his own message, but with the word of the Lord. The king of Egypt was being given another chance to listen.
This is what the Lord says. Let my people go, or Egypt will face even greater signs of his power.
But Pharaoh would not listen. He believed his throne, his power, and his gods could still stand against the Lord. Then a painful plague fell upon Egypt. Boils broke out on people and animals, and suffering spread across the land. Even the magicians of Egypt could not stand before Moses anymore. The plague was too painful, and the power of God was too clear to deny. Yet, even after seeing his own people suffer, Pharaoh refused to change. His pride remained stronger than his mercy, and his heart stayed closed. Then Moses gave another warning. If Pharaoh would not obey, a storm unlike anything Egypt had ever seen would fall from the sky.
I will not let Israel go. Your God has done enough, and I will not bow before him.
Soon, hail crashed down across the land, and fire flashed in the storm. Crops were destroyed, trees were broken, and the land shook in fear. For a moment, Pharaoh seemed shaken. He admitted that he had sinned and begged for the storm to stop.
I have sinned this time. Ask the Lord to stop the storm, and I will let the people go.
But the moment the danger passed, Pharaoh hardened his heart again. His fear faded, his pride returned, and he broke his promise once more. Then came the locusts. They covered the ground, filled the sky, and ate what little the hail had left behind. Egypt was being stripped bare before Pharaoh's eyes. Fields were ruined, food was disappearing, and still he would not truly surrender to God's command. After that, a thick darkness covered the land for 3 days. Egypt could not see, move freely, or escape the heavy darkness around them. The darkness was more than night. It filled the land with fear and silence, and yet, even then, Pharaoh refused to let the people go. At last came the most terrible warning of all. A final plague would fall, and every Egyptian home would feel the sorrow of loss. That night, cries rose across Egypt. From the palace of Pharaoh to the smallest house, grief filled the land. Only then did Pharaoh finally break. The king who had resisted again and again could no longer deny the power of God. In the next story, God will protect his people through the Passover, and the road to freedom will finally begin. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible tales. See you next time.